is to bring back tighter restrictions for pubs and bars. The move is expected to add to pressure on Boris Johnson to consider changing his position on Christmas celebrations in the UK. It's because of the new Omicron COVID variant, which is still providing more questions than answers for scientists tonight. But new analysis from the UK Health Security Agency has started to fill in some of the gaps in our knowledge. We'll have more on that shortly. But first, here are the changes announced by the Irish Prime Minister, Micheál Martin. Let's take a look at those new restrictions. Nightclubs will be closed and there'll be strict social distancing measures put in place in bars and restaurants. A maximum of 6 adults will be allowed at a table and there will be a ban on multiple tables being booked. Only 3 households will be able to gather in one private dwelling, although Mr. Martin acknowledged there'll be a need for flexibility. There'll be a maximum of 50% capacity at entertainment, cultural and sporting events, and people attending those must be seated. And COVID passes will be extended to gyms, leisure centres, hotel bars and restaurants. All restrictions will be in place from Tuesday until the 9th of January.
At every stage of this awful COVID journey, as a country and as a people, we have trusted the science and we have done our best. We haven't always got it right, and there have been times of great frustration. But every time we have faced a new challenge, we have pulled together as a nation and done what was needed. I'm asking us all to do that again. Further study and examination in the weeks ahead may discover that Omicron does not represent a more deadly threat. And if that is the case, it will come as a great relief to us all. But we simply cannot take that risk with people's lives and health.
The Sky's David Blevins joins us now from Belfast. And David, do we know what exactly has preempted this move?
Well, we had some very sobering words indeed from the Irish Prime Minister, An Taoiseach Micheál Martin, in his address to the nation tonight, confirming that there are 2 primary causes of concern for the Irish government. The unknown level of threat posed by the new South African variant, even though there has only been 1 case of it detected on the island of Ireland so far, but also the potential for a surge in cases as a result of increased socialising during the Christmas period. It's understood the National Public Health Emergency team gave the government a very stark warning earlier that Ireland could see up to 15,000 cases of COVID after Christmas if it doesn't do something now to curb social interaction during the festive period. So the government has effectively turned back the clock to October 22nd by closing nightclubs, reimposing restrictions on the hospitality sector, demanding COVID passports for gyms and leisure centres, and reducing the number of households that can gather together. Of course, this comes just a few days after the government announced that everyone arriving in Ireland would require a negative PCR or antigen test. Now, you can imagine the level of devastation there is across the hospitality industry as we approach Christmas, and that happening for the 2nd year in a row. The government's attempting to reassure them that their jobs and businesses will be safe by providing some level of financial security. But let me say this, if you're struck by the contrast between what's happening in the UK and what's happening for its closest neighbour, do bear in mind that one part of the UK, Northern Ireland, shares a land border with the Republic of Ireland, and that creates the bizarre scenario where you could have a pub in the Republic imposing restrictions and another one half a mile away, effectively operating as normal.